I'm going to ask you more about Google, but I think I also want to take a minute to talk about your event in particular.
Oh, cool. Right.
So like your event, I didn't go to uni. Like, where did this idea come from to talk to the youth?
So I was going to work one day. Obviously, 'cause after I got my role, I decided to start working and make a bit of money. I was going one day and the thought just came, the inspiration came to my head. Doing an online event. And the thing for me, part of the reason as well, I was always a person, I was pushing, apprenticeships, always trying to do apprenticeships as well, was so I could also inspire the younger generation, because a lot of them have the stigma of, oh yeah, I need to go to university, there's no other pathway, stuff like that. And I was like, that's a lie. There's other ways, like there's things that might be more beneficial for you than going to actual university. So I decided, okay, so I need to make sure I get an apprenticeship and I get a good one to make sure that I can inspire the youngest, basically those younger than me, like watch what I do. And yeah, the idea came, and that's basically where the event idea came from. Like I didn't go uni. I didn't go uni. Well, I did, but I just did. But I didn't go there to stay. I got to where I am now through the story which I just shared with you now. And it's basically to tell other people you can do it too. Because one of the things I always heard when I was in sixth form was the whole idea of you can't get an apprenticeship that easily. Apprenticeships are harder to get than getting into uni. It's very hard. It's very hard. In my head, all that sounded like was doubt. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. I shut it all out, because if I listen to your negativity, then of course I'm not going to get nothing, because you'll be negative.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, nah, I'm still going to go for it. I'm sorry. I'm still going to go. I don't care if it's hard for other people. I'm going to get it, because I believe in my source. I've got the faith to do it. I'm determined, I'm persistent, and I know what I want. And here we are now. So I was like, I need to make clear to other people, the younger generation, that it's possible for them too. If you do not want to go to uni, and I know there's a lot of young people that are in uni, but they want to be in uni, that they want to go to uni. I'll be honest, that's a lot. They did not want to go to uni, but they had nothing else that was going for them. So that's why the event's there. We have guest speakers. It's gonna have a whole agenda that's gonna be posted soon, later in the week. It's gonna be opportunity to network. It's gonna be an opportunity as well to basically present different ways, different links, to go and apply for apprenticeships or for other things. Not just for apprenticeships, obviously it's also for if you want to do something other than uni. Let's say you're someone that wants to start your own e-commerce business, or somebody that wants to go and work full-time in a specific role. It's for all types of people. Basically, it's for all those who are in that bubble of, I'm doing, or I don't know what to do next after I finish this whole college sixth form thing. Or I want to do something next, but I just don't know how to go about it. Because everything I did to get to where I am now, I had to do that on my own. My school that I went to, they didn't really give me the support that I needed towards getting an apprenticeship. I had to do that all by myself.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And that's the thing, like even these organizations, like I love Doobie for what he's doing with SFW, Strength from Within. But even that's very, I think, uni focused, because it's difficult to reach the demographic of apprentices. But it's like,
yeah, even I could tell, like SFW, I loved it, but obviously even I realized it was a very uni focused. But obviously, like Doobie still made a way, obviously, for it to even be something that was beneficial for me, which I really appreciate. There were even guest speakers there that didn't go to university, so I was like, okay, I can see that this guy is not, obviously, he's still going from a range of people to come and inspire the young people that are there. So that's why something I really appreciate. I was like, okay, this is something really good that he's doing.
Yeah. It's good to be aware and to realize that just because what works for you doesn't mean it works for everyone. And to try and address that by, as you said, like having people from different industries, from different backgrounds, share their stories.
Yeah. True. Honestly.
I guess like, because I told you before the call, I just signed up to your event and I was reading through some of your tags in the description and stuff. Like, I gather you're just trying to target directly like young professionals who have like no idea what they want to do.
That's who I want, because that's who needs it the most. Because honestly, the way let me just go deep. The way a lot of young people are nowadays, they're very lost and they're very confused as to what to do. Even those who are out here, they're working jobs, they're making their money, but even then, that's not what they want to do. They still want to do something different. They still haven't found that passion. They still haven't found the actual direction that they want to take in regards to their career path. Because I could be working, because I used to work in care. That's why I was working before I started my apprenticeship just now.
Well,
I enjoyed the job. I enjoyed it. It was really amazing. But at the end of the day, I joined that job because of the current situation happening in the country. Lockdown, there were people dying, all people dying. There were vacancies at care homes, support worker roles, everywhere. So I needed to make money. So I just took advantage of the current situation and I applied for it. Obviously, I grew to like the job because obviously, I was there for like, 5 months or so. So obviously, I naturally came to have an appreciation and affection for the residents that were there. Also, was in very good regards with all the staff as well. So, of course, to go, it was a bit sad. But at the end of the day, I know this isn't what my passion is. I enjoy it, but it's not what my passion is. My passion is what I'm doing now, not that. So, that's why I'll say there's a lot of young people that they're doing things. For example, like these young people, for example, that let's say they start working in, let's say, JD and end up becoming managers.
Yeah.
Let's be real. JD was never really their passion. Maybe for some of them, let me not generalize, but maybe for some of them, they're like, okay, now I want to go JD. They say this very good progression, so let me try and become a manager. Fine, no problem. There's some people that they are like that, no problem. But I'm sure for a lot of young people specifically, that's not really the case. Majority of the time, you're in the job, you stay there for quite a while. Obviously, as time goes, you're there for a while, so obviously you learn the trade of the job, and obviously naturally you get promoted because obviously you're more experienced than other people and know how to obviously do your job better than other people due to the length of time you've been there. So then naturally you get promoted. So me, if I went to this care job, I stayed there, I never had Google. Of course, if I was there for a long period of time, eventually I would have been promoted over time into a higher position, paying more money because obviously I know more of the job. I've been there for a long amount of time. But that does not mean that the job's my passion. It doesn't mean that's what I want to do. There are people out here that are working retail manager roles that one day they wanted to become an actor. They wanted to work in tech design. They wanted to become an animator. They wanted to become an artist. They wanted to become, I don't know, a football player.
Yeah.
They're all in places that aren't their passion, but they're there because they decided to accept the situation they're in. Of course, I'm not saying it's easy to get into those examples that I gave, but at the same time, that's my point. Not everyone is where they are in regards to where they are in their career. Even if it's in a high-paying job, it doesn't mean that what they're doing is their passion. So that's why what I'm doing here now is to make it clear to young people that you can still achieve your passion. It might just take a bit longer, it might be a bit harder, but you can still get there. Because I did, but you can too. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If you can't get your passion through the traditional route or through the easy way, you might have to take maybe a bit of a longer way, but you can still get there at the end of the day. Or find something similar to it or something that links you to it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, it's just, I find it a shame that there's people that, even those that go university, I find it a shame that there's people that go university, they study one thing. Let's say they study psychology, criminology, because I hear that one a lot.
Yes.
And then after, they go to work in Halifax. Does that make sense? I'm not violating because Halifax, it's a good job. It's a good job to work in Halifax. But I'm saying, like, you're in like 30k plus debt for a degree you're not even doing in the job you're doing right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's also why I say, if you're going to go to university, make sure what you are studying, that is what you do with yourself after. Of course, there are people that went to university, did a degree that's nothing like what they're doing now, and the job they're in right now, they really enjoy it, and it's taking them very far. Of course, I'm not going to deny that fact. But I'm just saying, you've got to be smart. If from now you know that you can start working towards reaching your passion, I say start working from now. Because that way, if you don't avoid taking L's such as being in big debt. Because for me, if I was in that situation where I went to university, studied something, then I didn't do that as a job later, no matter how far I get in that industry, I'm paying my student finance for a degree that I'm not even using for the job I'm in right now. That L will always be there. That reminder will always be there. Some people, they hold that L and they firm it. They move on. Me personally, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I need to make sure everything I do, it needs to make sure it has a purpose behind it. I need to make sure that adds to something, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. And I like that word as well. It's about being purposeful and knowing like exactly, even if what you're doing doesn't make any sense, is like knowing why you're doing it, or having a good reason, saying that this is going to take me to this place, or it's going to get me to that job or that career path, whatever.
Yeah. And like, I won't even deny the fact that as well, like, while you're also trying to like work with your passion, you might even start discovering that there's something else that you actually have more passion for than your passion. Shoot. Me, like I was telling you, I wanted to become a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer. Like, I was like adamant that I was going to become a lawyer. But then I started realizing I have more of a passion for digital marketing than being a lawyer. And then I discarded that and started to pursue the passion I now had. Hence why I'm here where I am now. And that's why like this event's here. Like, I want people to have more of a clear idea of what they want to do with their lives. But a lot of young people, they are lost. They do not know what they want to do with themselves. And that's very sad, because then that can lead them to doing actual stupid things rather than beneficial things. There's a lot of young people here that are doing things that I would say aren't the most legal things, because maybe they lost sight of their goal. Maybe they had the lack of support to get to where they wanted to get to. Like me, for example, let's say I never got an apprenticeship at the end of the day and I was making rubbish money. I could have really hit a low place and ended up doing things that aren't maybe the most legal things that a lot of people that I went to school with are now doing. Like, let me not even beat around the bush. Fraud. The people I know, they do fraud now. Obviously, that's your grind, that's your hustle. I'm not going to judge you for that. But at the same time, with me, I don't think it's something that I would say best reflects you. It's not something that best reflects someone that's trying to make something of themselves. Because you can't put in your CV, I do fraud. You can't put that.
And it's not a good long-term solution.
Yeah, you can't put in your CV, I do road. Like, you can't put those things there. That's why for me, it's like, I want to make sure that I help young people know what they want to do and have the best resources to get to those places, so they don't end up making stupid decisions that won't benefit them in the long run.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy what you're doing, man. It's very important as well.
Thank you.